Today, we have another win for crypto.com, and we are seeing this story break right now, being reposted out by the CEO of crypto.com, Chris. The first exchange to receive an in-principle approval from Central Bank of UAE for a SVF license. What does this mean? Let's talk a little bit about it. Right now, as we're seeing the crypto markets rebound, CRO coins rebounding a little bit, Bitcoin has come back a lot from the giant crash we had, and the crash might be because of one of the largest competitors to crypto.com, which, if true, means very big things for crypto.com in the future. One thing we've addressed is from a factual level, crypto.com is just one of the most regulated exchanges out there. It has the most regulatory approvals of any of its competitors. Period. Now, I got to talk about a few stories here, so stick around to the end, smash a like, and yeah, we're going to be talking about this, a $20 billion manipulation. Was CZ responsible for that market crash? Let's get into all this. Smash a like, subscribe to the channel. Welcome back to the Crypto Report, everybody. At the time of this recording, checking out the prices in this market, you'll see that Bitcoin's at $114,000. Ethereum is at $4,200. The markets have come back a little bit. ETH got all the way down to like $3,800, $3,700, if not even lower. Huge wicks to the downside. But Binance token took a new all-time high. How could that be? How could Binance token have taken a new all-time high after we had the world's worst crypto crash? $20 billion worth of liquidations occurred. There's a big question mark behind that, and we'll talk about some of the speculation going on with that. At the time of this recording, Kronos coin is sitting at rank number 23. Again, if crypto.com continues to show itself as a leader and is not doing illegal activities like Binance is being accused of doing right now, crypto.com as an exchange could easily become the top exchange in the world, in my opinion. And CROcoin, if all of a sudden some big justice comes down on the Binance exchange, who do you think is going to benefit from that the most? Kronos is certainly going to benefit from it a ton. Coinbase is going to benefit from it a ton. Crypto.com. I mean, we're going to see a lot of benefit for CRO holders, I think, because if more users come to the Kronos exchange, the Crypto.com exchange, and use the Kronos ecosystem as opposed to, the Binance ecosystem, it's going to mean a lot of very positive things for CRO. So first, let's talk about this. If you just go on to X and you look at Binance right now, look at the accusations that are going on. It's really quite simple. Boycott Binance and winner me until they return every cent back to the user unfairly treated. Everybody's speculating. The world was a witness. Reckoning is coming. Is this exchange going to get, accused of this crash? What really happened? 10, 25 recap. Binance just reminded everyone who really runs the market. Look at this. Wintermute. Sales of BTC, they were dumping the market. They were shorting the market. Here you go. Everybody's highlighting these screenshots. Here's how they played it. Here's what the data suggests. It points straight to Binance. Here's another one. Token prices rebounded as if untouched, yet thousands of traders' portfolios vanished forever. And look at BNB. How can anyone claim Binance played no role? The crypto's largest liquidation ever. Manipulation reeks here. What are people accusing Binance of? Manipulating the market, wrecking everybody in the market, taking the billions that they won in wrecking everybody and grabbing all the cash that was available in the market and then pumping it back into their own token. That's the accusation here. CZ's and damage control now retweeting the biggest known scammer from Solana. This is certain Binance was responsible for the market crash. Get your funds off Binance. I'm not saying this. This is not what I'm saying. I'm just showing you guys what other people are saying out in the market. This is the reaction from everybody in the crypto space. I can't use Binance because I'm a U.S. citizen. I use other exchanges. I use BTCC, Blowfin, Bit10X. I use Crypto.com. BTCC right now has a 10% deposit bonus, up to 500x leverage you can do over there. Careful. Leverage can get you in trouble, but it's also a great tool. It's a fantastic tool. That being said, it was manipulated maybe by Binance, maybe by some other players. And like we talked about, $20 billion, 16 worth of longs and 2 or 3 worth of shorts were wiped out on October 9th of 2025. October 10th, October 9th, 2025. Was Binance responsible? That's a question everybody's having. But if people are asking those questions, I think it gives a huge opportunity for Crypto.com to grow. And what kind of news is Crypto.com coming out with today? The first exchange to receive an in-principle approval from the Central Bank of the UAE for an SVS license, a license. Grateful for the trust and recognition of our efforts leading the industry in regulatory compliance. Something that Binance is not doing. So for the Crypto.com exchange, I think that they'll continue to gain users over time. For the Crow Coin token, sure, it's not taking all-time highs 2 days after the crash, but the fact that Binance just took all-time highs 2 days after that crash is suspicious. It's suspicious. It's suspicious, guys. It's just suspicious. It's just very suspicious. And I like Crow better than I like BNB token. BNB tokens had a behemoth rally. It did not crash hard in the bear market, but there could be something else going on with that token. Kronos has a partnership from the president of the United States right now where they agreed to buy billions of dollars. They got a $5 billion worth of money sitting on the sidelines to buy the Kronos token. The whole market cap of Kronos is $6 billion. Think about what that could do to the price of the token. It's actually very wild, guys. I still think there's bull market left, personally. That's my opinion. I think we can see higher prices before this is over. We're seeing Bitcoin recover pretty wonderfully right now. Here's Crow Coin after having a scary, scary wick down to 6 cents. It's getting a recovery, settling around the 16-cent level that I was talking about for weeks, and it finally landed around the 16-cent level. I didn't want it to happen this way. I didn't want it to happen at all, but it did happen. And I think we can keep going back up, but Bitcoin needs to start climbing. It needs to mount a full recovery here. We see some other coins like Solana starting to come back, which is great. In order to see an altcoin season, you need ETH to get back to highs. You need ETH to break through $5,000. I think it can. And I think it might even be able to achieve, $6,000, $8,000, maybe even higher in this bull market. But the thing is, guys, is we are running out of time. You must be aware of that. The good news is if we are running out of time, the best moment is at the end. But here's what we look at. This is what we look at. From the low to the high, and I talk about this a lot, a bull market lasts about 1,070 days. And from the low to the high, we've been in this bull market for about 1,070 days. So Bitcoin could be coming to the end. But as Bitcoin comes to the end, historically, there's some kind of Bitcoin dominance drop-off. There's typically some kind of altcoin season rally. We haven't had a new high for the top altcoins, excluding the top 10. All altcoins, excluding the top 10 altcoins, has not taken a new high this cycle. Historically, every cycle we've seen that. And I think we can see that again for this market. Yesterday was scary, but I think it was because of manipulation. It wasn't because of Binance. I don't know. But I do know that Binance is under fire right now. And Chris and Crypto.com are just toting that they're the leader in regulatory compliance because they are. Smash the like button, subscribe to the channel. If you want to do some trading in the volatility of these markets, check out the sign-up bonus, 10% deposit bonus right now on BTCC if you want to check that out. That's all I have in this one, guys. I'm Crypto Kip. This is a Crypto Report. 2 videos here if you want to check them out. I'll see you in the next one, y'all. Peace.